Hello again. Alright, this is for Past 7 again, Earth's Atmosphere, Chapter 1.1. This is Part 2. Alright, these are the 3 cycles you need to know. First one is the carbon cycle. This one is, I don't know, maybe the simplest one. Very easy. Animals like this ferocious tiger and this girl over here, people and animals, they take in O2. That is oxygen. That is a symbol for oxygen. We got a parentheses here. So they take in oxygen from the air. Remember, air is 21% oxygen. We use the symbol called O2, that means oxygen. And they breathe out carbon dioxide, CO2. Then this carbon dioxide, the CO2, is taken in by plants. Plants like this CO2. That's what they breathe, essentially. And they breathe out oxygen. The process is very complicated, but all you need to know is plants take in carbon dioxide, breathe out oxygen. People and animals breathe in oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. A cycle is something that continues round and round over and over again. That's why it's called the carbon cycle. Next one, maybe the camera's not low enough, but this is the water cycle. The water cycle has water from a lake, or the ocean, or a river, or even from the surface of a leaf of a plant. And the water from these things evaporate with heat. And all of this moisture comes together and forms clouds. And eventually the clouds drift into the land, and when they get very heavy with a lot of moisture, it rains. Now where does this water go? Sometimes it goes into plants, but not always. When it goes down to the bottom, it finds its way back to lakes through kind of an underground, you can think of it like a river, but it's not really a flowing river. And all this water is just moving slowly into a lake or into oceans. Those two are very simple. Water just keeps going to gas, forming clouds, rains, over and over again. The more difficult one is the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle, if you remember, is 78% of air. 78% of the atmosphere is nitrogen. So it's this particle that you're breathing in right now. But your body doesn't do anything with it. You just breathe it in, breathe it out. So you don't need it, but some things do. These little tiny organisms, the tiniest forms of life called bacteria, they know how to take it out of the atmosphere and put it into the soil. Those are called, they're called bacteria. And there are some plants that also help put nitrogen back into the soil. And there are some plants who use nitrogen from the soil. So, as you can see, we can't just have these kinds of plants because they will use up all the nitrogen. And we can't just have these kinds of plants because it'll have too much nitrogen. That is why we rotate what we plant, like farmers rotate what they plant, so that there is a nice balance of nitrogen in the soil, this is the soil, and in the atmosphere.